Good afternoon, Philadelphia Graveyard in History. Today we are at Red Bank Battlefield, Fort Mercer National Park, Gloucester County, New Jersey. And this was the Revolutionary War fort, Fort Mercer, directly across the Delaware River from Fort Mifflin that defended the Philadelphia side, and next to that is Philadelphia International Airport, PHL. This is a especially important site to me personally, because this battle was fought on October 22nd, 1777, and October 22nd is my birthday. And my 7th great uncle was one of 100 colonials who fought here against 2,000 British and Hessian soldiers for control of the Delaware River and defending Philadelphia. At that time, probably the most important city in the colonies. One of them. Here's one of the monuments to Hugh Mercer. He was killed at the Battle of Princeton about 10 months earlier on January 3rd, 1777. The ground of liberty must be gained by inches. Thomas Jefferson. Hessian attack on Fort Mercer, October 22nd, 1777. Colonel Greene in command of the colonial defenders. And it was Colonel Carl Van Donlop in command of the Hessian troops. And he was killed in this battle and is buried somewhere in this park. There are many cannons left here. There's a partial cannon piece over here. And a few cannons, well, actual cannons are over here. One there, another one over here, another one over here. And this says on October 22nd, Colonel Carl Van Donlop advanced 1,200 Hessians on Fort Mercer, dramatically outnumbering American forces, held the fort with 400 soldiers. They did, however, possess a distinct advantage. The previous day, a young American soldier named Jonas Cattell had overheard the Hessian soldiers in Haddonfield discussing their plans to assault the fort. Cattell a local hunter known for his knowledge of the South Jersey backwoods, ran 10 miles to alert Green. The Americans were extremely well prepared despite their lack of men, and inflicted heavy losses on the Hessians. It's estimated that 400 Hessians, including Dunlop, died during the battle. Most of the dead were buried on the Whitehall property, including Van Dunlop. And here's a picture of Colonel Green. And here is the monument to all the soldiers. This just says that the fort existed here on this spot. And it was only a few hundred men from the 1st and 2nd Rhode Island and a few other regiments against over 2,000 Hessian soldiers and British. The attacking force was disastrously defeated with the loss of its commander, Colonel Count Van Dunlop, 36 officers, and nearly 600 men. The American loss was only 37. There's another cannon. Unfortunately, it's a very dreary day as we look to get past the remnants of Hurricane Ian, who wreaked havoc on the Florida West Coast. And we keep them people down there in our prayers. There is a small monument over here. This was the original monument to the soldiers who fought here. And it was placed here on the 22nd day of October in 1829. And it says this monument was erected on October 22nd, 1829 to prosperity. It's very hard to read it. For patriotism and gallantry of Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Green, who with over 100 men, some accounts say 400, some only say 100. It does say 400. Against 2,000 Hessian mercenaries and British soldiers at Red Bank on the 22nd of 1777. Among the wounded was found was Colonel Dunlop, who died in the house, the Whitehall house, which I will show you shortly. Here's some of the earthworks. There's some earthworks that were part of what's left. Most of the fort itself was over that way and has washed into the river over the past 200 years. Said you can hear the airplanes taking off and landing from across the river. Philadelphia International is directly across the river from this site. And they have a colonial type flag on the pole. Not real familiar with that flag. I'll have to look it up. It's got red stars and blue stripes. So I'm thinking it's some type of colonial flag. Canyon. Let's go check out the Whitehall house. All right, we are in front of the Whitehall house. And this was the property of James and Ann Whitehall. The house was damaged during the battle, and it became a field hospital, with the wife, Ann Cooper Whitehall, tending to the wounded, earning her the epithet, the heroine of Red Bank. And this is the farmhouse. It is open to the public at certain hours, probably mostly in the summer, on weekends. And I want to go on the side of the house and show you what you can see at the top of the house. Which is their initials, J and A, the W for Whitehall, J for James, A for Ann, and 1748, the year the house was built. Now we'll go around the back of it. We got these nice paths here. And that is pretty much the extent of the battlefield. As I said earlier, it was my 6th great uncle who fought here, and his name was Isaiah Marple. And our next stop, we will go over to his grave site. Now we are at Ashbrook Burial Ground. Some of the people buried here are John Ashbrook and his wife. Isaiah Marple, his sister, and her husband, who are my 6th great-grandparents, and a lot of Hessian soldiers. So we'll now go over to Isaiah Marple's grave. There are only 3 gravestones in this cemetery. This is supposedly my 6 great-grandparents. One of them being Isaiah Marple's sister. The stones are no longer legible. And the only legible stone in this cemetery is Isaiah Marple's. Isaiah Marple, Colonel, New Jersey Militia, Revolutionary War, 1730 to 1817. The American Legion Post does put wreaths on his grave every so often, mostly on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. So this is my 6th great-grand-uncle fought at the Battle of Red Bank, Fort Mercer, under Colonel Green, as a rank of captain. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of good content coming, including a top 10 for Laurel Hill Cemetery, and I'm going to start doing a series of Philadelphia mayors and a couple of Pennsylvania governors. Also, rest in peace, New Jersey Governor Jim Florio, who died on September 28th of this year. Have a great day.